Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Florida Relocation Guide YouTube channel. My name is Adam Hancock, and we are officially back. I have not posted a video for 2 weeks, which I think is the longest single gap since I started this channel in not posting a video at all. But I do have two good reasons, thankfully, for doing so. And the first of those two reasons is tomorrow my new video podcast officially launches. It is a little bit of a different take on Florida real estate. It's through personal, intimate, contextual conversations. Putting that out on the Sunshine State Company YouTube channel. I'll put a link here. Have not posted any videos on that channel, but this would be a good little compliment to this channel. All conversations, no talking head stuff. The second reason for the delay is this particular video. I set out about 2 weeks ago to try to create something really valuable around the Lakewood Ranch market. Something that would be better than anything I've created in the past, something that does not exist, something that is really benefits the audience, whether you decide to use my team or not. And it ended up being a complete labor of love. At every step, I needed to get more data and I needed to get, build more formulas where the deeper I got into it, I wanted it to be really useful for you guys to use independently. So it took me about 18 collective hours in mining the data and scrubbing the neighborhood names to make them standardized and writing formulas to bucket pricing and give you an actual tool to use. I think I have done it. Thankfully, I am complete, and I'm going to share that tool with you today. Hopefully, my pain is your gain, and everything you see in this video is completely free. You can email me at the contact information and say, I want the Lakewood Ranch tool. You can ask anyone on my team that you're working with for the tool, and I'm going to talk more about that. And the description box below, there's a live link to download. I just trade you for an email address if I don't already have it. But without further ado, that's what I'm going to do today. I want to walk you through the tool. I'm going to show you some data analysis over the last 3 years. I really hope this video is useful for you guys, and let's hop in. All right, so here's my tool, as you can see, and here is the estimated game plan for how we're going to go about this. All right, so these blue tabs right here, these are preset things that I ran in advance that I thought were interesting points to cover that talk about what happened over the last 3 years of Lakewood Ranch. So this tool, think about 36 months. That's May 2020. Think about how different that was versus now. So these are pre-drawn conclusions that I want to walk you through. And then the main one, the black tab, this is my main dashboard. This is how you can scenario plan anything of your wild imagination. And the blue tabs are just examples of what I've done. So hopefully this evolution will show you what you could do. And it's just kind of giving you ideas, but also talking about the real data points. So I'm going to hop right in. Hopefully I don't run into too many tangents and rabbit holes, but at any point you can boycott, you can download this tool, you can reach out to the team. I just want to share it in the best way that I know how. Okay, so what we have here is I pulled 3 Lakewood Ranch zip codes. So Lakewood Ranch historically is all Manatee County. 34202, that's the middle. 34211, that's the northern end. But with Waterside's addition, the Sarasota zip code hops into the fray. What I did is I kept every single neighborhood in all of those zip codes, because a lot of times people talk about Lakewood Ranch, just Lakewood Ranch neighborhoods, but you drive past many neighborhoods that are not considered Lakewood Ranch on the way to other Lakewood Ranch neighborhoods. So I'm covering a radius, whereas actually the way you would shop. So if you see neighborhoods that you don't recognize, that's why, but maybe there's stuff that you should want to recognize. So just a little caveat there. Okay. So what this tab is right here, YOY, year over year, this is the price change. This is the movement in pricing. So this is where you could see appreciation opportunity, possible risk mitigation opportunities. So this bucket right here shows the last 12 months, the most recent 12 months from May 2023 back 12 versus the 12 months before that. So this is our year over year, most recent history. And then this one shows the first year, most recent, to the third year. So this will show this will be like COVID versus now, kind of. And then it's ranked by neighborhood. So it's ranked in descending from the highest change to the least. And then here's the pricing. So the way to basically look at this is like, you're saying like, look at this right here, like Arbor Grand, for instance. 3 year from COVID to now, over 100% change in price. That's 366 average price to 748. But still in the last recent history, 12 months, there's still almost a 50% gain. So buying in there now, you could say, oh, everybody in the COVID era got all the equity already. I don't know if 44 is going to go to 0. So you still have probably some legs there, So that's the way to kind of look through this. And you can see, Esplanade Lakewood Ranch, that's the Esplanade Taylor Morrison community that was built before Zario. So you can see this kind of change. And if you've been in this market, you can kind of see these things. And this would be the way to draw these conclusions. Lakewood Ranch Country Club, this is the East, the newer version. Del Webb, that's the Pulte brand 55 and up community. You can kind of see what you can do here. And then if you go to the bottom, this is the inverse. So this is where it even gets more interesting. And again, I'm just giving you examples here of how to look at it. But look at like some of these more expensive ones, like concession. So from COVID era to now, 50% gain. But in the recent history, technically the last year, there's been a 10% discount on those homes. So, it's interesting of like, however you view that as an opportunity or a negative, this is the way to use this tool right here. So the second thing I would like to show you, again, reach out to the team, I don't want to bore you to death, is year-over-year difference in just square footage price. Because a high price and a cheap price per square foot might be a better deal. So this does the same thing. It ranks the neighborhoods by that. And then you have the last 12 months. This is price per square foot. Previous 12 months. So you can kind of see like, okay, like Deer Hammock, where is it on this list? So it's up there. But then like Bel Air Estates is down lower, but it's the top of this one. So the biggest change in price per square foot, but not overall change. So that's what this one is right here. And this one I'm just going to move on quickly. The third tab I wanted to show you was, this is the most popular neighborhoods over the last 12 months by recorded sales. These are new construction markets. If people haven't recorded their sales, that's not public data, is what it is, right? So they have to be recorded. But this is not what people say they like. This is what they're actually doing in volume. So this is right here. This is the highest this is the amount of single transactions that happened in the last 12 months. So Lakewood National, the Lennar Golf Club, which recently, I believe they're completely finished in new construction, technically for sales. That was number one overall. Country Club West is in there. That's always a unanimously popular one. Star Farms, the new D.R. Horton. Solera is also D.R. Horton. Terra, this one right here, is a really good example of neighborhoods that a lot of people don't consider Lakewood Ranch if you're not from here. But Terra is a stone's throw from, Summerfield and River Club. There's golf membership and there's public golf. But these are opportunities where if you look at these price points, if you're in those arenas, it's stuff I would want to know about. And then there's all different conclusions you can draw from this kind of one. So we have number of total sales. This is the average price. And this is the percentage that the sales were of the total sales in the last year. And then you have square footage average. So you could say, oh, Lakewood National, that seems interesting. Well, what's the average house size in there? So that gives you like, would that fit my family? And I'll show you how to use that on steroids at the end. And then right here, like I have an auto rule here. So right here, if you scroll down, anything in red is the top most expensive 10 records. So as you scroll down, the most expensive neighborhoods on this list by average are highlighted in red. Shoreview is the Pulte one in Waterside. The Isles is Toll Brothers on University. Laurel Oaks is one of those examples of it. Sits a little lower in Sarasota. The green records are the inverse. So the cheapest ones on this list, on average, the top 10 cheap average price homes are in here. So you could do that. Let me freeze these panes real quick. So your neighborhood, stay there, okay. And the same thing for here. So highest and lowest is highlighted. And then also some people, I'm a table guy, so I would bore you to death if it was up to me. But I did do some graphical representation just to mix it up. It does the same thing. It's the same data set right here. This is the lowest sales on the list right here. So it's separated. These are the bottom volume sales. So these are the least sales in the whole thing. So Rosedale, old school golf community, River Club is like one of the first communities ever built. Central Park, Indigo's Neil. And then this is the percentage they were of the total of the neighborhoods. So it gives you a different look. And hope I'm not moving too fast. Okay. And then this one shows simply, just like it says, the highest price over the last 12 months, the highest price neighborhoods and the lowest price neighborhoods. So I just thought it'd be cool to pull those out. Now you can look at the whole list if you want, but it really highlights really quick of like, if you're just curious of like where the divide is. So concession's another one where concession sits right down from the Isles and the Lake Club, but a lot of people don't consider it Lakewood Ranch. Really, really exclusive custom golf neighborhood. Founders Club is similar, same thing. Founders Club is not considered Lakewood Ranch to most people. That sits on Fruitville, right in front of Windward. That's also a golf community. The Lake Club, one of the most luxurious in all of Lakewood Ranch. The last 12 months was a lot of probably stock sales in Genoa. Shoreview is Pulte. Country Club East was a lot of like Neil Signature and Arthur Ruttenberg, Lee Wetherington. Villano is the 1 acre properties that's in Sarasota by Lennar, I think. Toll Brothers, Homes by Town, and Custom Building. And Country Club West is old school custom guys. And then these are what's interesting. This would be like one where I bet a lot of people wouldn't recognize one name on this list if they were looking in Lakewood. But if you look at the volume of sales, I want minimum of 5 sales here. This would be stuff to really look at. I mean, if you're looking as an interim option or a cheaper option and you're just floating around on Lakewood Ranchers websites, I don't know if this stuff would ever come up. But if you're looking at 30 sales in the last year, then even if there's nothing available right now, I mean, this would say there's a viable shot that these prices aren't materially off what you're going to also see. And that's the way I'd really look at volume. Volume plus average price. I'd really look at it as it's, I mean, I get things are a point in time, but 146 sales, they're probably not going to fall that far from that tree, in my opinion. Okay. And then this gives another different example of lowest and overall. All right. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that's helpful, not too overwhelming. Okay. So then here's my master dashboard. And the way to use this guy, if you take everything I just said, is you can run everything. This is the Bible of data. So you got the grand total, you got everything down here, 9,800 records in totality. Sorry, I'm used to using a Mac. I'm using a Windows right now. Okay. So the way to do it, let me show you some examples of how to do it. Say, okay, I have no idea where to start, and I know I want a single family home. Boom, click that. Green means everything's selected. Say that I don't want to like live in the past. I want to know roughly what the pricing and the volume is. So let's say I just want to go back 2 years. So I click one of them, hold Control or Command, and to select both. So now I'm going back all of the close year of 2023 and 22. So I'm going to go back roughly about 17 months in this data set here. You can see the data auto shifts. See if I select something, the data auto shifts. So it's consolidating the list. Okay, and then say my price point is, say I don't want to go above $1 million, but I know that I'm not going to probably find something that I like in like the 400s or something. So say I want to just do 500,000 to $1 million. Well, select everything that's relevant to that category. So now everything in this record is everything. It's not saying these neighborhoods only sit in that price point. It's saying that every record in this list is in that data set. Say that I know I need above 2,000 square feet. So you could kind of go about, and you kind of get what I'm saying here, right? Going about select all of that kind of stuff. And then so we're narrowed on list here. And then this basically sorts right here. It sorts the total number of sales, average price point, price per square foot. The average size of the home is here. This is heated square foot. Average bedroom, sorry about that. Average bathrooms, the year built average. So you can see maybe you're someone like something newer. And then the annual taxes is a moving target a little bit. But I took the millage rate. I tried to account for the C to D. You know, it's a moving target if these neighborhoods are too new. But this is the way to use this thing. I mean, you can really narrow and say like, gosh, the same players are popping up every time, or there's 72 records. I mean, you would think Solera's D.R. Horton, Lorraine Lakes is Lennar. These are spec builders. Look how many showed up in Country Club West. Single families, they're not villas. Greenbrook was beautiful neighborhood, no barely any HOA. Star Farms is D.R. Horton. So you could say like all of these conceivably be in play for you. And then what you can do is take that on steroids and say, what are these actual homes? Like I've never heard of Roselle. What is it? You could double click any record on my sheet here and get all the raw data on an individual tab that only applies to those same exact amount of records with the exact address. You can Google that, pull up the real house on Zillow. This has all the data, has whether it has a pool or not. And you know, that's the way to really take this to the next level. Now, you might not want to go to those depths, but what I would say about this, and let me switch back to a full screen here. What I would say about this is, you know, none of this is done in a silo. My team is I am pushing this stuff down. My background is in analytics and I really like this stuff, but this is not done with just me sitting here and then you go to a regular real estate team. My team is taught this tool. They're educated on it. I have several people on my team with investment banking backgrounds. And the best way to do this thing is you can do it completely independent, but also you can use this in congruence with my team, and where you can really shorten the learning curve. But this makes you dangerous. This makes you not at the mercy of us, which I don't want you to be. I want you to be able to ask smart questions and be an educated consumer, and then choose to also use our team. And that's the best way to take this to the next level and have not only a pleasant shopping experience that's way more efficient, but also a smarter one, and also some semblance of guaranteeing that you're putting your money in the right place, and some peace of mind there. So that's what I wanted to get across from the tool. Again, I'll put in several parts in this video, I'll put where to download this thing, but that's what I'd like to say about that. I really hope that was useful. And let me hop to my end clip as I get to my outro. All right, my friends, that is a wrap for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed this different take. Again, if my shameless plugs weren't enough for you, if you're still wondering how to download the tool, direct link in the description box below. It's kind of hidden, you got to find it, but that link will take you to the website. You can download through a contact form directly to your computer. It's an Excel file on steroids. You can email the email address below and just ask for the Lakewood Ranch tool. Just reference that. You can also ask any agent on the team if you're already working with someone from our team. Beyond that, if we can assist you, if you want to partner up in relocating, buying, or selling anywhere in the state of Florida, please reach out. Our team is very, very unique. We really try to match someone that fits you perfectly. And then you also get me, and you also get Tana, the broker, who's amazing. So we have a really unique setup as far as trying to add the most value possible. And lastly, we have a new website coming out soon, in addition to that new podcast that really highlights a lot of this stuff. So I'm hoping it's out in like 2 weeks. But the current website also has other free tools, a newsletter sign up, all this kind of thing. So check that out, sunshinestateco.com. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.